Imagine a royal who chose to step away from palaces, who set aside the glitter of a crown, and instead sat quietly in a small classroom, teaching children how to play simple notes on an old piano. This is the story of Katharine, Duchess of Kent. Katharine Lucy Mary Worsley was born on February 22, 1933, at Hovingham Hall in Yorkshire. From the outside, her childhood looked ordinary for a girl of minor aristocracy. No one could have predicted that she would one day marry into the royal family of Britain. From her earliest days, she loved music, piano, violin, even the organ. Music, from the very beginning, was the breath of her soul. In 1961, she married Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, a cousin of Queen Elizabeth II. Their wedding itself broke tradition, not in Westminster Abbey, not in St. Paul's Cathedral, but at York Minster, near her childhood home. Even then, Katharine showed she was not a typical royal. As Duchess of Kent, she appeared at official engagements, always remembered for her warmth and kindness. Yet behind the rituals of monarchy, she carried a spirit that never truly fit the royal spotlight. Life inside the royal family could not shield her from tragedy. In 1975, she lost a pregnancy to rubella. 2 years later, in 1977, her long-awaited son was stillborn. The heartbreak pushed Katharine into depression. In an era when royals rarely spoke of personal sorrow, she chose to be open. She admitted how grief reshaped her life, and her honesty gave courage to countless families who had walked the same dark path. If one public moment defined her, it was at Wimbledon in 1993. Czech player Jana Novotná collapsed in tears after losing the final. As the world watched through cameras, Katharine embraced her, whispering words of comfort. That image spread across the globe, not of a distant duchess bound by protocol, but of a woman moved by pure empathy. In the 1990s, Katharine made another bold decision. She quietly stepped back from royal duties. By 2002, she even gave up her title of Her Royal Highness, not out of scandal, not out of conflict, but simply because she longed for a simpler life. Picture this: a duchess, cousin to the Queen, becoming Mrs. Kent, a music teacher at a primary school in Hull. Her pupils at first had no idea who she really was. To them, she was just the kind woman who patiently taught them how to press piano keys or strum their first guitar chords. In 1994, she took a step almost unthinkable in the House of Windsor. She converted to Roman Catholicism. For a royal, this was unprecedented in modern times. The old Act of Settlement meant that her children and grandchildren lost places in the line of succession. But Katharine followed her heart, not tradition. It was faith over protocol, conviction over crown. Few know this. After her conversion, Katharine even considered joining a convent. She did not go through with it, but the pull of spiritual devotion was strong, and it remained a guiding light in her later years. Music was not just a pastime, but her mission. She founded Future Talent, a charity that gives children from disadvantaged families the chance to pursue music. For her, talent should never be buried because of poverty. She knew music could heal, give hope, and even save lives, just as it had saved her from her own struggles with despair. Katharine passed away on September 4, 2025, at the age of 92 in Kensington Palace, and once more she broke tradition. Her funeral would not be at an Anglican church, but at Westminster Cathedral, in a Catholic service, something unseen in modern royal history. It was a final act of consistency, following her heart, even against centuries of royal expectation. Katharine, Duchess of Kent, will not be remembered as a fashion icon or a political figure of the monarchy. And perhaps that is exactly what makes her story so powerful. She was the royal who chose humility over grandeur, the woman who preferred to be called music teacher rather than Her Royal Highness, a duchess who spoke openly of grief, who comforted a stranger's tears at Wimbledon, who turned her life into a quiet act of service. Katharine's story reminds us that true courage is not always standing before thousands with a crown on your head. Sometimes it is sitting in a classroom, smiling at children, and teaching them that every note, no matter how small, has meaning. Katharine, Duchess of Kent, a royal who chose to be ordinary, and precisely because of that she will always be extraordinary.